Hi. Good thing you're not seeing the blooper reels that happen before we get to this project. So what we're going to do is we're going to select a design. And what I want to do with this one is I had somebody ask if there's a way to trace a design in a hoop where we can't use the camera feature. Um, we'd be using a hoop that is not made either by Brother or by Babylock, where it's an aftermarket hoop. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up a design. We're just going to use the same design that we've used before. This is relatively a small design. This would be a design size that would be great for like a chest design for a sweatshirt or a shirt. But I just thought we would use this design to just see how we're going to go about tracing it. Now, what we can do, what I did for the longest time, is I could see if I wanted to trace an entire design. This button here with the little dashed lines that almost looks like it makes a box. That will trace the complete design. So that way we can see if our design will fit in our hoop, make sure we're not going to break any needles or bend any parts of our machine like I've done. So again, I'm not an expert. I don't pretend to know everything. Hopefully through these, I can pass along a couple little nuggets of information that I've made mistakes on, so that way you won't make the same mistakes as what I've done. Or by failing to trace a design to see if it will fit, let's say, in this hoop, where I went and the needle hit the outside of the hoop because I didn't trace it properly, or I didn't trace it at all, and I not only broke a needle, but then I bent some other part of it where the machine had to go back into the shop. So, with that story of trial and error, so going back, we can trace the entire design using this button. I'll go ahead and press it. As you can see, it will trace the complete design. So I know that this design, which obviously will fit into this hoop since it's a larger hoop, but this is my only aftermarket hoop that the cameras don't recognize. So again, I'm going to do this one more time, and as you will see, because since we have 10 needles, this way we know which needle to watch, because whichever needle is tracing it will lower slightly. So that way we know which way or which needle to look at. So I'm going to reach over and I'm just going to press the trace button one more time. And as you will see, it'll be tracing, I believe it's needle 1. And whichever one it is, it will drop down just slightly, so that way you know where to focus your design on, or where you focus your area on. Perfect. Now, there is a way where we can, if you're nervous about you're getting too close to an edge, you're not sure if it's going to work properly without it being on the complete, we'll call it autopilot mode of just going in a circle, we can manually do this. So we can see, again, especially if we're concerned that it might hit one side or it might hit the back, or without it going in the autopilot mode. We're going to choose the button right beside our complete trace button, and this is going to be our needle selection. We're going to be on the left hand side. Right now it is currently in the middle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change spots here. Since this is in the middle, our needle position will be in the middle of the design. So I want to see how far to the left my needle will go. And I'm going to press the left needle. That's just going to show you where the left hand design or the left hand portion of your design will be. But we're still in the middle of the design. Okay, I'm going to press the middle, bring it all the way back to the middle. Okay, now we are in the very middle. Now let's say I want to see how close in the corner the left corner closest to me is. Okay, so this will be the very corner, very left corner closest to me position. Now, let's say I want to see again. Oops, sorry. Got touch happy with my pointer. So this quadrant or this selection will tell me, again, closest to me, but on the right. Let's say I want to see where, keeping on the right hand side, where the design is going to be in the back. And then on the back on the left hand side. You just press whichever quadrant or position you want to see. So you could go around and hit all of the corners if you wanted to, and you could see the same thing as we saw on the where it did the autopilot, we'll call it, mode. But let's say if you have a specific corner or a specific spot, the auto trace will just go in just a complete circle, square, and if this will give you more time to look at each position, they both accomplish the same task, but this one you can pick and decide where you want it to stop. You can have, this gives you more time to realize your exact position. Again, your camera feature will give you the ultimate exact position of where your design is. But if you're working with an aftermarket hoop where your scanning abilities are not in play, this is your trace feature, your manual trace feature. And then once you're done, bring it back to the center and hit OK. And that is both the auto trace, autopilot trace, and then also this button on the left hand side will show you how you can manually trace a design to see where it will fit within your hoop. Thank you.